dreams do come true. Once upon a time, nestled in the serene countryside, lived a young couple named Helena and Robert. Fresh out of college, their love for each other was as boundless as their dreams. Helena, a talented interior designer with a knack for turning spaces into havens, had always harbored a deep-seated love for the simplicity of farm life. Robert, a brilliant software engineer, found solace in the tranquility of nature, a perfect counterbalance to the demands of his tech-driven world. Their story began on a golden autumn day when they exchanged vows under a canopy of vibrant leaves. With hearts full of hope and minds brimming with plans, they decided to embark on a journey that combined Helena's rural roots with their shared vision of a harmonious life. They bought a picturesque farm, just a few kilometers from Helena's parents' farm, where she had spent her childhood. Helena's parents adored Robert, having seen how deeply he cared for their daughter and how seamlessly he fit into their world. While their dream home was being built on the new farm, Helena and Robert moved in with her parents. The farmhouse was cozy, filled with the warmth of family and the rich aromas of homemade meals. Each morning, the couple would rise with the sun, ready to weave their dreams into reality. Helena and Robert spent their days transforming the land around them. Helena's eyes sparkled with excitement as she sketched out designs for the vegetable garden, while Robert, with his analytical mind, meticulously planned the layout. Together, they tilled the rich soil, planting rows of vibrant vegetables that promised bountiful harvests. They selected spots for fruit trees, envisioning the future where their children would climb and pick the ripest apples and pears. Their love for nature extended to the creation of a small pond, its clear waters reflecting the azure sky. They introduced fish into the pond, and soon it became a serene oasis surrounded by blooming flowers, a symphony of colors and fragrances. In the evenings, they would sit by the water's edge, watching the fish dart through the water, their hearts brimming with contentment. The couple also laid out a beautiful patio, using flagstone tiles that Helena had chosen for their rustic charm. It became their favorite spot, a place to unwind after a day's work, where they could sip tea, read books, and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. The patio was adorned with pots of flowers, adding to the vibrant tapestry of their surroundings. Despite their busy days, Helena and Robert found time to work remotely. Helena's creative designs flourished as she drew inspiration from the beauty around her, while Robert's code seemed to flow effortlessly, as if the serenity of the farm had unlocked a new level of creativity within him. Their professional lives intertwined seamlessly with their rural dream, proving that they could achieve a perfect balance between work and life. As the months passed, their new home began to take shape. Each brick and beam echoed with their laughter and love, each room designed with Helena's keen eye for detail and Robert's practical mind. When the house was finally ready, it stood as a testament to their hard work and unwavering dedication. Moving into their dream home was a moment of pure joy. They felt an immense sense of accomplishment as they stepped through the door, hand in hand, into a space that was truly their own. Every corner of the house was a reflection of their journey together, filled with memories of the time they had spent creating their paradise. Life on the farm was everything they had hoped for and more. Helena's parents often visited, their hearts swelling with pride as they saw the life their daughter and son-in-law had built. The farm flourished, with vegetables ready for harvest, fruit trees bearing their first fruits, and the pond teeming with life. As night fell, Helena and Robert would sit on their flagstone patio, the stars twinkling above them, the sounds of nature creating a soothing lullaby. Wrapped in each other's arms, they would talk about their dreams for the future, the adventures they had yet to embark upon, and the love that had brought them to this perfect moment in time. Helena and Robert continued their journey of transforming their farm into a haven of beauty and functionality. One of their major projects was building a beautiful and organized confinement corral for their livestock. Helena, with her impeccable sense of design, and Robert, with his knack for precision, worked tirelessly to ensure every detail was perfect. The corral was a sight to behold. They painted the fence a pristine white, giving it a luxurious yet welcoming appearance. Each plank was meticulously placed, creating a sturdy and elegant barrier. They designed a dedicated area for food and water, ensuring the animals had easy access to both. There was even a special spot to hand salt licks, thoughtfully placed to keep the livestock healthy and happy. Their dedication extended to every aspect of the farm. They built a beautiful chicken coop, spacious enough to house a growing flock of chickens and roosters. The coop was thoughtfully designed, with a good-sized house for the hens to lay their eggs comfortably. At night, the roosters would move to a separate house on the other side, a cozy abode built just for them. This arrangement ensured a peaceful environment, with each bird having its own space to rest. Helena and Robert's days were filled with a satisfying rhythm. In the mornings, they would tend to the garden, picking fresh vegetables and checking on the fruit trees. The afternoons were often spent on the corral and chicken coop, making sure everything was in order. Their evenings were reserved for quiet moments on the patio, watching the sunset and feeling a profound sense of fulfillment. As the farm continued to flourish, they also began to welcome new additions. They brought in a small herd of dairy cows, their gentle eyes and calm demeanor adding to the serene atmosphere. The cows quickly adapted to their new home, enjoying the well-designed corral and the lush pastures surrounding it. Helena's design skills shone through in every corner of the farm. She added charming touches to the chicken coop, hanging flower baskets along the exterior and placing colorful stepping stones leading to the entrance. Robert, on the other hand, ensured everything was practical and efficient, from the automated water troughs to the sturdy feeders. The farm became a sanctuary not just for them, but for their animals as well. The chickens thrived, producing fresh eggs daily, while the cows provided rich, creamy milk. Helena and Robert often found themselves marveling at how their hard work had paid off, creating a place that was both beautiful and bountiful, forged in the shared tasks and mutual support. They learned to balance their remote work with farm life, finding joy in both the simplicity and complexity of their days. Helena's parents were frequent visitors, their hearts swelling with pride at the sight of their daughter and son-in-law's thriving farm. Helena and Robert seamlessly balanced their farm life with their demanding 9 to 5 jobs. Their days were meticulously synchronized, beginning with early mornings dedicated to the farm. The couple revealed the tranquil beauty of their surroundings before the workday began, finding peace and joy in their shared routines. They were in the midst of building another corral, this time for horses. Helena, an avid rider, dreamed of galloping through the open fields. Robert, while still a bit apprehensive about riding, was eager to learn. He admired Helena's confidence and grace on horseback and knew that with her guidance, he would soon overcome his fears. Recognizing the need for additional help, they hired a couple to manage the daily cleaning and upkeep of the farm. This allowed Helena and Robert to focus on their jobs during the day without worrying about the chores piling up. Additionally, they hired a housekeeper who came once a week to ensure their home remained tidy and welcoming. Each had their own office space within their home, a testament to Helena's design prowess. She cleverly divided the offices with glass walls, allowing them to see each other while working. This setup provided a sense of connection and support, even during their busiest hours. The offices were a blend of functionality and elegance, reflecting their individual tastes and professional needs. Weekdays were a harmonious blend of work and farm life. They would start their mornings with a hearty breakfast, often made from fresh ingredients straight from their garden. Then, after a few hours of farm chores, they would transition to their professional roles, logging into their respective jobs. The sight of each other through the glass walls was a constant source of motivation and comfort. As the weekend approached, their excitement grew. Weekends were reserved for their ongoing projects and new adventures. Helena was especially eager to continue working on the horse corral, while Robert found joy in enhancing the technological aspects of the farm. Whether it was setting up automated irrigation systems or designing a smart barn, Robert's skills as a software engineer found creative outlets on the farm. Their weekends were a flurry of activity. They would rise early, eager to tackle their projects. Helena's love for riding often saw her taking breaks to ride through the fields, with Robert occasionally joining her. His initial hesitation was gradually giving way to enthusiasm, thanks to Helena's patient teaching. Despite their busy schedules, they never felt overwhelmed. The farm was their sanctuary, a place where they could unwind and connect with nature. The balance they struck between their professional and personal lives was a testament to their dedication and love for each other. Helena's parents continued to be a significant part of their lives. They often visited on weekends, bringing homemade treats and lending a hand with the farm work. Their presence was a source of joy and support, reinforcing the strong family bonds that surrounded Helena and Robert. One day, while wandering through their expansive property, Robert stumbled upon an unexpected surprise. He noticed a group of boys near a secluded area, their fishing poles dipped into the water. As soon as the boys saw Robert, they bolted, fearing they were trespassing. "Hey, you don't need to run," Robert called out. One of the boys hesitated and turned back, his curiosity piqued. Robert smiled warmly and approached him. "Are you fishing here?" he asked. The boy, still wary, nodded and said, "Yes." There are a lot of fish here. Robert reassured him. You can fish, but you have to tell me first, okay? I need to know when you're here. Dams can be very dangerous. The boy agreed, saying, okay, before running off to join his friends. Robert watched them go, feeling a mix of surprise and excitement. He hadn't realized there was a dam on their property, but now he had discovered a new opportunity for them. Eager to share the news, he hurried home. Helena, you'll never guess what I found, he exclaimed as he entered the house. Helena looked up from her work, curious. What is it? Robert recounted his encounter with the boys and the dam. Helena's eyes lit up with excitement. Oh, Robert! We knew about the dam, but we forgot all about it with so many projects going on. This is fantastic. I love fishing, and this will be another wonderful addition to our farm. Robert nodded, a smile spreading across his face. I thought the same thing. Let's start planning our new project now. Shall we head to the computer? They sat down at their shared workspace, Helena's design skills and Robert's technical expertise combining seamlessly as they brainstormed. Their vision for the dam area quickly took shape. They planned to build a safe and accessible path leading to the dam, complete with a charming fishing dock where they could spend quiet afternoons. Helena envisioned a small picnic area nearby, where they could enjoy freshly caught fish and relax in the shade of the trees. The next few weekends were filled with excitement and hard work. They started by clearing the area around the dam, removing debris and overgrown vegetation. With the help of their hired couple, they laid out a beautiful, winding path that led to the water's edge. Robert designed a sturdy dock, and together they built it, making sure it was safe and inviting. Helena added her creative touch, decorating the area with colorful flowers and comfortable seating. They even set up a small shed nearby to store fishing gear and picnic supplies. The transformation was remarkable, turning the once-forgotten dam into a picturesque spot perfect for relaxation and recreation. Word of their new project spread quickly, and soon neighbors and friends began to visit, eager to see the changes. Helena and Robert welcomed them warmly, sharing their love for the farm and the joy they found in each new project. The boys who had initially discovered the dam were frequent visitors, always remembering to check in with Robert before casting their lines. On weekends, Helena and Robert would often pack a picnic and head to the dam. Helena's eyes would sparkle as she cast her line, while Robert, still learning but growing more confident, would sit beside her, enjoying the tranquility of the water. The dam became a symbol of their adventurous spirit and their ability to turn any discovery into a cherished part of their lives. After completing the work on the dam, Helena turned to Robert with a thoughtful expression. We have 2 more projects we need to tackle, she said. Robert, always eager to hear her ideas, asked, Sure, what are they? Helena took a deep breath and explained, First, we need to repair the small house here on the farm for Mrs. Maria and Mr. Pedro. My father told me that the house they live in is falling apart. I feel so sorry for them. They have been so good to us, and my parents have known them for over 15 years. She looked at Robert earnestly. Do you agree with me? We'll only do this if you agree, of course. The other project is building a storehouse for the animals' food and tools. Are you with me? Robert gazed into Helena's eyes and said, Whatever you want to do, we will do it. I will always be with you in everything. Helena's face lit up with joy. Yay! So tomorrow we'll go to the computer and draw how everything will be. Robert smiled. Perfect. The next morning, they sat down at their shared workspace, once again combining their talents to plan the new projects. The first priority was the small house for Mrs. Maria and Mr. Pedro. Helena sketched out a cozy, sturdy design, while Robert added practical elements to ensure the house would be comfortable and safe. They decided to include a small garden for Mrs. Maria, who loved growing herbs and flowers, and a shaded porch where Mr. Pedro could relax. As they worked on the plans, their excitement grew, knowing they were doing something meaningful for two people who had been a part of Helena's life for so long. Once the plans were finalized, they gathered the materials and began the renovation. Helena's parents and the hired couple joined in, making the project a true community effort. The little house was soon transformed, with fresh paint, new windows, and a strong roof. Mrs. Maria and Mr. Pedro were overwhelmed with gratitude, their eyes filling with tears as they saw their new home. With the house complete, Helena and Robert turned their attention to the storehouse. They envisioned a spacious, well-organized building that would keep all their supplies safe and accessible. Helena designed a charming yet functional structure, and Robert added features like climate control to protect the food and tools from the elements. The construction of the storehouse was another testament to their teamwork. They worked side by side, laying the foundation, raising the walls, and installing shelves and storage bins. Their hired couple assisted, and even the local children came by to help, eager to be a part of the farm's ongoing transformation. By the time the storehouse was finished, it was everything they had hoped for, a perfect blend of form and function, seamlessly integrating with the rest of the farm. It made their daily tasks easier and more efficient, allowing them to spend even more time enjoying their beautiful surroundings. One evening, after a long day of work, Helena and Robert sat on their flagstone patio, the soft glow of the sunset bathing the farm in warm light. They reflected on all they had accomplished and the new memories they had created. The farm had become not just a place to live, but a thriving, vibrant community where everyone felt welcomed and valued. Thank you for always being with me in everything, Helena said, leaning her head on Robert's shoulder. Robert kissed her forehead. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. In the heart of the countryside, Helena and Robert continued to build their paradise, one project at a time. Each new discovery, each moment of shared joy, added another layer to their story. And as they drifted off to sleep each night, the gentle sounds of the farm lulling them into peaceful dreams, they knew their journey together was only just beginning.